In today's video, I'm going to be doing my unboxing and first impressions of the brand new Samsung Galaxy A37 5G. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the brand new Samsung Galaxy A37 5G in the house right here. This device currently retails for $449, and for that price tag, we have 6 gigabytes of RAM inside of here. We have 128 gigabytes of internal storage, so base storage is not as good as I want it to be. I was hoping for 256. For the processor, we have the Exynos 1480 inside of here. We also have a 5,000 milliamp battery inside of here and a 45 watt wired charging rate on here. However, there is no wireless charging on this device. As far as our display, we have a Super AMOLED display, 120 Hz, 1900 nits peak brightness, 6.7 inch display, 385 ppi, and a resolution of 1080 by 2340. As far as our protection, we have Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on the front and the back of this device. And I did pick up this color in gray green, so we're going to see how this looks in a second. And this device also gives you up to 6 major operating system updates coming out of the box with Android 16 One UI 8.5 on it. We also have IP68 water and dust resistance on this, and this comes out of the box able to shoot at 4K, so beautiful to see that. Let's go ahead and take this out. All right then. Look at that beautiful gray-green color right here. Wow. That looks really, really nice. I think the cool thing that everybody can agree on is even with Samsung's mid-range devices, you're going to pull a phone out of a box and it's going to look like a flagship device right here. This looks really, really nice. So you're not going to walk around with this and people are going to think it's a cheap little mid-range phone. This is going to look like a flagship device right here. Back of our little box, we got a SIM ejector tool. Inside of our box, we have our quick start guide and terms and conditions, as well as our USB Type-C to Type-C data cable. However, there is no charger inside of the box. Alright everyone, so again, this is the back of the phone right here. Absolutely beautiful color with the gray-green. Very, very happy with the color I picked right here. Of course, we have the Samsung emblem right at the bottom of the back of the phone right here. And we, of course, have our camera module at the top left side of this phone. And it's kind of see-through like the iPhone 16 Plus, which I really, really dig. I really like that they kind of did the same color as the phone and they put a little see-through module right here that holds all of the camera lenses. For our camera setup, our main camera is going to be a 50 megapixel wide angle camera. Our secondary is going to be an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and our third is going to be a 5 megapixel macro. So no telephoto lens on here. However, photos and video should be quite decent for $450, and we'll go into further detail with that later on. Of course, we are able to shoot up to 4K at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second. And of course, we have that LED flash on the back of this device as well. Right side of the device, we have this key island design. Of course, we have our power button right below the volume up and down rocker. It is not going to be spaced. Top of the device, we're going to have 2 noise canceling mics. Left side of the device, we're going to have absolutely nothing. And the bottom of our phone, we're going to have a USB Type-C port, 2 noise canceling mics. We're going to have our SIM tray right there, and we also have eSIM on this as well. So if you guys are going overseas and you would like to use something like Olafly or something like that to, give you guys some service overseas or in a different country, or maybe in the same country that you're currently in, you guys can go ahead and do that. And we also have one of the speakers we're going to be using because there are stereo speakers on this device. Just a heads up, there is no expansion via micro SD card on this. So the 128 you get on this is the 128 you're going to have for the rest of your phone's life, unless you're going to be using cloud storage services. Let's go ahead and get that satisfying pull. Oof. Let's go ahead and boot up this device right here. And of course, on the left side of our Galaxy A37 right here, we have the Galaxy A57, a device you can get for about $100 more. And this device, of course, is going to feel a little bit more premium than the Galaxy A37 because it does have that brushed aluminum around the sides of the chassis of this device. So it's going to feel a little bit nicer than the Galaxy A37. However, the A37 is no pushover. The one thing, however, I don't like all that much is this glossy back. I was hoping for a matte back, and hopefully next year they do that. because man, this is going to be an issue if you rock your phone naked, because it's going to pick up all these fingerprints. For a selfie camera, we have a front-facing 12 megapixel wide-angle camera, and we can shoot up to 4K at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 30 as well. But I'm going to go ahead and set this up, and I'll be back in a second. All right, everyone, so here is the Galaxy A37. The bezels are going to be a little bit thicker than the Galaxy A57, as you can see. So the A57, of course, is going to get that more of a premium treatment, just because, of course, it's $100 more, so obviously you're going to have a little bit more screen real estate. But overall, so far, this display looks really nice. Of course, we get those really nice punchy colors. It's not going to be Super AMOLED Plus, however, we still are going to have a Super AMOLED display right here, and it looks really good. Samsung does a really, really good job with their mid-range devices and their displays, and this is no different. It looks excellent. Going down into our drop-down bar menu, of course, we're going to have things like auto-rotate, or Wi-Fi, hotspot, power saving, link to Windows on here as well. We have flashlight, we have secure folders, scan QR, we have multi-control in here. We do not have DeX inside of here, so that's one of the things that I disagree with Samsung, because they put it in a $250 tablet, the Galaxy Tab A11 Plus, but they won't put it in an almost $500 phone, or even a $549 phone, the Galaxy A57. We got a lot to talk about right there. Of course, we have the smart view right there. We got nearby devices, smart things for all of your lights and different stuff like that, or your Alexa if you guys want to go and set up your smart devices on that. Of course, going through the UI, we're running One UI 8.5 on Android 16. So it's running nice. Exynos 1480 inside of here. It's not the greatest processor in the world, but it's not a pushover processor. You're going to be able to do your basic tasks and play video games and, have a bunch of different windows open and stuff like that. Once we get into high graphic intensive gaming, though, that's when we're going to have some issues. And of course, like editing 4K footage and things of that nature, you're going to have some issues right there. But overall, for the majority of people out there, you're not going to have a bad time on this phone for $449. The Exynos 1480 is not a pushover. Also, just to let you guys know, we are, of course, going to have a suite of some artificial intelligence features. So we're going to have things like circle to search inside of here. We're also going to have object eraser, voice transcription. We're going to have AI-powered text extraction as well on here. However, we're not going to have anything that's super crazy or out of the norm that we see on the flagship devices, because again, this is a $449 device, not a $1,000 device. So you're not going to get the full lineup of features that you get on the flagship devices, but the artificial intelligence features in here should definitely hold you over. I do want to go ahead and take a look at that camera really quick and see what type of photos we get, see how quick the shutter speed is. Okay, so shutter speed is quite nice and quick. Also, we get some really good detail on here. We get a very clear photo on here in good lighting. Of course, we're going to do our full review on the camera later on, but so far it looks pretty decent. We're also going to take a look at that 4K recording later on in our video and photo review. I do want to go ahead and take a look at the video on this device, and I want to take a look at the speakers on this device and see how those sound and see how this looks though. So the speakers are quite loud, as you guys can see. And the thing is, these speakers actually do sound very crisp as well. So they're going to sound very clean. That's something that I didn't see previously on the lower end mid-rangers coming from Samsung. But these ones sound very, very clean. So you're going to get a very clean sound from this. Also, speakers are going to be adequate for viewing TV shows and YouTube videos and scrolling through TikTok and stuff. It's not going to be an issue at all. I think the biggest takeaway from these speakers, though, is that they are very, very clean sounding. They offer some solid bass inside of here. And they're not going to be rattly and tinny or sound super, super cheap and outdated. So very, very solid speakers for $449 right here. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the video on this and see how it looks. Again, this is HDR compatible as well, so let's see how this plays out. So of course, viewing this display through the camera of my phone that I'm filming this on, it's not going to do it justice, but this display looks really, really good. Also very happy that this is HDR compatible, because if you're watching movies and TV shows that are HDR compatible, this is going to look that much better. But overall, beautiful, beautiful display right here. Of course, the only gripe that I have is the the bezels on this device are a little bit big. Obviously, not the end of the world. Not too bad of a device right here, honestly. I really, really do like this, especially if you get this on deal. For $449, however, right now, I still think the price tag is kind of high. I think that if you purchase this device at $449, I think you're going to enjoy it. I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with it. You get 6 years of operating system updates, 5,000 milliamp battery, 45 watt wired charging, a solid enough processor inside of here to get what you need done. We have some good stuff inside of here. I just feel like for the price right now, you can get the Galaxy S25 FE, and you can get that device for, $50 more. So it's kind of hard to recommend this device right now, but this is a very, very solid device. I really enjoy this. I think this is going to sell very, very decent this year. Also, with the people that are getting this on like a prepaid plan, I think you're going to have a good time with this phone. I think that if you get this device for free from like Metro by T-Mobile, or you get it on a contract or something like that, I think this is going to give you essentially everything that you need inside of a phone, especially for the majority of people out there, right? Everybody doesn't need 8K recording. Everybody doesn't need the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor inside of their phone. They're not editing 4K video. All they need to do is make calls, watch YouTube, watch Netflix, and maybe have a few niceties inside of there, like 45 watt wired charging, maybe a little bit of a nicer camera. All of that offers that inside of here, and it offers it in a very, very stylish package as well. So really do like the Galaxy A37. I would love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below, but yeah, Samsung did pretty good with this phone. Of course, that price hike is kind of hard to swallow. So if you guys are looking to upgrade to this phone, I'd absolutely wait if you don't have to upgrade straight away, and wait until there's a little bit of a discount when we have the back to school sales and the holiday deals and stuff like that. So yeah, that was the Galaxy A37 5G unboxing and first impressions. Love this device so far. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. This has been Safan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.